Welcome back to Mobile Service Monday, everybody. Big surprise, behind the screen was not Jeremy Stevens. Instead, we have somebody that actually makes mobile service work. This is Nathan Bennett from Bozard Ford Lincoln. Nathan, great to have you with us.
Great to be here.
Great to have you with us again, actually, right?
Yes,
You've already been here.
There's a couple times.
All
It's
right.
always
Well,
fun.
this time you get to do it without Jeremy looking over your shoulder. So
Oh, yes.
all right. So Nathan, we were going to talk about today some of the things that make being a mobile service tech different from being a main shop tech, and some of the reasons that you like it better or like it less than being main shop. And so I'll leave that to you to get started. What drew you to want to be a mobile service tech?
Basically, it really fits in what I was doing before I got into automotive. Before automotive, I was doing real estate. So I was already kind of used to driving all over town and going to people's houses but I tell my customers to the day, my favorite part about mobile in general is that, more often than not, the customer will have a little dog and usually you can pet them.
There you go. So you get into mobile service because you like dogs. That's
exactly. That's funny.
Yeah.
My mom was even saying the other day, she's like, "You remember the car you were working on based on the animal that they had to pet?" And I was like, "Yeah,
I literally had a conversation with somebody the other day that I can remember being a service advisor in the mid 90s to around 2000. I can't tell you customers' names, but I can tell you what car they drove.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I didn't get to go to their house and pet their dog, but I can tell you the kind of car that they drove in for service. So it's interesting. So what kind of things other than petting dogs do you really enjoy about mobile service? There's right now, obviously, mobile service starting to explode, starting to expand around the country, and there's dealerships that are either looking for techs that are in their shop that are looking to be mobile service techs. And what is it that's different that takes you out there and makes you want to do that?
I mean, aside from the comical aspect of things, the petting dog is definitely more of a deeper human connection that you find out here with the customer. You know what I mean? It's like you're not just, this is the third F-150 I've worked on today. You're working on Dave's F-150, and this is where it's been. This is oh yeah, nice bumper sticker. Like, oh, you go hiking. It's more of I'm helping work on a buddy's car versus this is just another number on my my appointment today.
Yeah, I love that view of it. I'm working on my buddy's car. That makes it much more enjoyable through your day, right? It's not just process.
Yeah, and you run into some really interesting characters too. It's usually with like the quirky diag, and it's like, oh, I don't know, and it's just like a fun person to just sort of get to know and like help them out. Like I'll tell trainees when they're first coming on, the best thing that you can do to get like a thorough multi-point inspection, especially if you're trying to like sell something, make a little bit more money, just think like, if my mom was going out and driving this car, like, am I going to make sure there's air in the tires? I'll make sure her filters are good. You know what I mean? So
that's so how often are the customers with you while you're out there doing the work? Does that happen 75% of the time?
Yeah, I would say a good 60-70% of the time. It's you'll get the talkers, but then you'll get plenty of ones where it's like, hey, here's the keys, I'll be inside if you need me. But I think the more like car enthusiast people are very likely to hang out and like, oh, what's that under that cover over there? And they're like, oh, check this out, bro.
Yeah. So you probably know if you're going to service a Raptor or something like that, you're probably getting to somebody who's a little more of an enthusiast than just a regular daily driver type person.
Of
So
course.
what kind of conversations do you end up having with the customers? I'm sure it's not always about cars.
Right. Yeah. It's not always about cars. And, sometimes you get into the like personal recommendations. Like, you see something crazy going on. And you're like, you know what if you did this way? Or like, I know of a coworker, a fun story that happens around the shop is that, something always bad happens when, me or my coworker work Saturday. And he said we're cursed because he was out at a job and the customer was up on the roof, just sort of, I think he was like pressure washing or doing something, a repair on the roof, and he happened to fall off. And so,
Oh no.
yeah, just another one of those, like, this isn't a mobile service appointment anymore. It's helping out a buddy. It's like, are you all right? Like, do you
Yeah.
need some assistance, some further assistance here?
Oh man. I mean, at least it's Florida, so the roofs are a little
Yeah,
lower to the ground. And
that's for
up here in
sure.
New England, it would have become mobile triage that you were
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to have the low roof so the wind just blows over during the hurricane.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, that's certainly out of the ordinary, and definitely something I've never seen in the shop. Never seen somebody fall off a roof. So
Right.
that's a good thing. So what are some of the, if somebody's looking to get into this and looking to become a mobile tech? You said you weren't in automotive before doing this.
Mm.
What advice would you give them for coming out and giving this a shot?
Definitely, you got to be used to being in the car. That's, point blank period. You're going to be in the car all day. But the good thing about that is you're always passing by like a new and interesting lunch spot. Like, it's more than just being stuck in four walls and going to the same McDonald's every day, getting the same order. You know what I mean? Like, there's this really nice, I never can remember exactly where it is, but I know when I'm getting an appointment in a certain area, I can see it and pass by it, get really, really good, like Korean beef and rice. And like,
Nice.
just those little tiny hole in the wall spots where it's like,
Yeah.
This is it. This is what makes mobile.
Yeah, and that's an opportunity you don't get in the dealership. You do end up eating at the same places all the time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, same places, same faces every day,
Yeah. So what would you tell somebody? What would you tell a tech who's in the shop who is thinking about coming out to do mobile service, and they asked you, what's the number one thing I need to know about before I go do this, before I make the switch and become a mobile tech? What's the one thing I need to know?
Well, certainly at our team, it's a very big thing. I'm not, I can't always attest to the different mobile teams out there, but a big thing that at least I hit on, in the big team meetings is camaraderie. And it definitely does show through where, you see we have a mobile SOS chat. So anytime you're having an issue with a job or you're running late on your schedule, like, I know in the shop you have that someone's in the bay right next to you and, can help you out anytime. But we're, I think, 42 trucks strong. So at that point, it's like, even if that buddy next to you is busy, there's another, right down the way. Yeah. So just be ready to help out where you're needed and get help where you need it. Like, that's a really big thing that I pride my team on, that,
Yeah. And I mean, it's obviously the shops out there, and you guys are one of those. The main shop has a great culture, but you still have that, or don't have that true camaraderie like you were just describing there.
Right.
And I think it's partly because of what mobile service is, right? Like you're out there on your own every day, and so are all the other mobile techs are out there on their own. So everybody kind of understands that we need each other. We got to take care of each other. Whereas in the shop, parts is always right there if you need something. Like you're like, boy, I hope parts loaded me up right when I leave, right?
Yeah.
Not oh, I'll just walk back to the parts department because I forgot brake pads.
Yeah, I tell everybody, I've met some of my best friends that I've ever like formed in my life on this team, and past even just the company big get-togethers that we'll do, and then the mobile service dedicated team builders will do. Like, I hang out with these guys every weekend. Like, if we're not out in the field working on someone's 5.0 Mustang, we're back in my garage. We're working on my crappy old O2. She's beautiful though.
Gotta have it. You gotta have those things. Yeah. So would you ever switch? Would you ever go into the main shop? Give up your van?
I really don't think so at this point. I'll be perfectly honest. There have been times where it's like, hey, maybe the grass is greener over there. But the more I stick it out here and the more I, put down roots in this team, and I see other people sort of go to the main shop or go to this other dealership. Oh, they're paying $1 more over here. Like, I'm good, man. They all come back.
Yeah.
There was like a good turnover that we went through, and then literally like more than half of everybody that left came back. So I guess we're doing it pretty good over here.
Yeah, absolutely. It does seem like you guys have it kind of figured out. So do you think that's part of it for somebody new going into mobile service that you said the longer you stick it out, is it an adjustment period to really, like, do you think it's something that you go into and day one you're like, yep, found it, or is it something where it's 2-3 months down the road and you're like, I'm really finding my footing here, I really like doing this?
I think it certainly depends on the person. I've seen different types, people that have like a ton of main shop experience come through, and then I've seen people that are just coming from more of a quick lube background come into mobile. And for the people that are just getting started, you might go through like a little bit more of a learning curve, because we do a lot of diag, and we do everything past like pulling an engine, like, working. There's not too much we don't do out here. So be prepared for that, full diagnostic experience that we expect you to be able to, go out and help folks. So, but people with already a good base knowledge for working on vehicles, I'd say, I've trained people in like under a week. Like, you just got to show them the software. This is how we do our stories. This is who you need to call to complete a ticket. Like, go rip, go make some money.
Excellent. I love that. And that's a good segue into the software. And we always need to thank our sponsor each week, which is Spiffy, the software that you use at Bozard Ford Lincoln. It's the only full stack mobile service platform, and Spiffy equips dealers to rapidly launch and scale mobile service with software, vans, devices, and training backed by 4 million plus services and 10 years of real world results. Helping you guys get out there and do your thing, take care of customers, and do it all efficiently, right? Not as Jeremy used to do it off a spreadsheet. No more of that for you guys.
Of course, yeah. The spreadsheet was an interesting time. We'll put it there.
Yeah, it's not what it was ever designed to do. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Who edited this?
All right. Well, Nathan, this has been a really cool chat. Any final thoughts for everybody out there?
If you're thinking about mobile service, I definitely think you should take the plunge and go for it. It's an interesting animal, and you learn something new every day, no matter what. No matter how experienced you are, you will learn something out here.
All right, you heard it here first from Nathan. Come and join mobile service at some dealer around the nation. If you're near Bozard in Florida, stop on in. I'm sure they want to put Van 43 on the road with you driving it. So, Nathan, again, thanks for taking some time with us, and everybody else. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m.